Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to Save Our Saints. Today is part number 33 and we return to Europa League action today up against Fenerbahce in the Europa League first knockout round. Obviously we're trying to put that disappointment of the last episode behind us, losing to Manchester United and obviously losing quite a few of our star players in January. So we're going to try and put that all behind us now and focus on what we can do now, which is compete in the Europa League. Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here and once again welcome back to Save Our Saints. Today of course is part number 33 and as I mentioned we take on Fenerbahce in the first and second leg of the Europa League knockout round. We begin our adventure today in Turkey away from home. There are some changes to the first team, maybe a couple of surprises in there for you. Let's take a look at the Fenerbahce team before we kick off against them. It's nice to know our position. So recognisable faces, obviously Pedro. I'm sure Chelsea fans will recognise this guy. I actually wanted to sign him in the summer on a free transfer, but he rejected the move. I kind of undersold him a little bit on his wages, so he took a £45,000 wage here to Fenerbahce, and he's done okay from this season. Not really great at all, but done okay. Then we have obviously Solomon Rondon. Obviously Newcastle fans will be very familiar with this gentleman here. Actually did pretty well for them in his time at Newcastle. Got himself a couple of goals. I think helped him out, saving the promotion. Sorry, relegation I should say. But I'm sure West Ham fans will know him a bit better. Definitely an out-and-out target man. Still can offer something, even though he's not as talented as he used to be. But looking through the squad here, they don't really have anything that I'm particularly nervous about, considering the best players are Pedro, Solomon Rondon, you could argue, and let's take it by value. Juan Jesus, who's a centre half, and he's pretty average to say the least. Used to play for Roma a little bit, just kind of an average Brazilian centre half, to be honest with you, but there's nothing that really scares me about this side, so it gives me a little bit of hope that we can demolish them here in the first leg, and maybe the second leg will be less of a competition, less pressure on us to succeed. But anyway, let's go into the game today up against Fenerbahce. Obviously been no games since the last episode in this one, so we'll go straight in here. No recap needed. So this is the lineup I've gone with. A couple of changes you'll notice to the side. Mavropanos comes in at centre half for Wesley Hoyt, who's currently ill. He misses today's action, but he should be available for the second leg. You notice that Aubameyang starts up top for us today as the poacher. You also notice Draxler goes to the left side of midfield, Cliver goes to the right. They've switched spots. So Draxler, he prefers to play on the left. I want to get the most out of his ability. Justin Cliver, he's played long enough on the right hand side for me. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Shouldn't be too much of an adaptation again. You notice that Callum Slattery has come into the bench today as a reserve attacking midfielder. He'll push Grealish for the first team spot. Grealish form has been dipping a little bit over the last couple of games, and I want to see more from him, so hopefully the pressure of Slattery will up his game a little bit. We also have Dean Purby, who made an appearance for us a couple times in the Europa League. Very promising young centre half. We don't really have many other options behind Mavropanos after the injury, or illness I should say, to Wesley Hoyt. Other players missing out today, obviously Thomas Haaland. He's out for another 4 to 6 months. His season is essentially done, obviously, and Milkart is unregistered, as is Simon Markestad. I wanted to get him registered, but unfortunately registration rules wouldn't allow me to do that. So disappointingly, I haven't got Simon today, but I'd love to give him a go in the first team when I can. But he'll be available for the FA Cup game, which happens in between this game and the next one. We'll do a recap of that one. We won't show if there's anything special happens, I'll show it, but apart from that, I plan just to skip over that one and we'll go to the second leg. But anyway, let's focus on the first leg first and foremost. Let's try and get ourselves a couple of away goals here and set ourselves up nicely on the return leg to St Mary's. As you can see, this is how they line up, a very narrow 4-2-3-1 formation. We play slightly similar to them, 4-2-3-1 wide. Hopefully we'll make it count on the wings today, and I'm hoping to see a much better performance here out of Julian Draxler, and obviously I'd love to see Aubameyang get himself a goal today. Wouldn't that be splendid? Obviously I dropped Erling Haaland because really he's not been at his best. He really hasn't at all, and I've been very disappointed with his quality lately. He's missed a number of gilt-edged opportunities, and hopefully this will show him that I'm not afraid to drop him despite his 20-something goals this season. Alright, first chance of the game here. Looks like it might fall to us. We've dominated proceedings so far. Here's Bertrand now galloping down the left-hand side. He's tackled by Ukan. And he sets up a counter-attacking chance here for Fenerbahce, but Diallo as well to sweep up the loose ball. Anyway, here's Vicino now to Justin Kluivert to his more familiar right-hand side of midfield. There's Draxler now, cutting on to his right-hand side. There's Vicino, back to Grealish. Grealish, oh, that's a decent effort there from Jack Grealish onto the roof of the net. Keeper was well beaten. And lucky enough for the keeper, it didn't dip enough for Jack. But good start to the game for us. We've actually created lots of opportunities here. And controlling possession. There's a chance now for Rondon. He gets himself in the box and it's well blocked, and Danilo makes the necessary clearance. But Aubameyang does well to win that ball back. Here's Kluivert now. He's found Draxler through on goal. Julian Draxler shoots off the keeper straight to Aubameyang. Gets his first goal for the football club here. Third goal of the season for Mr. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and gets a goal on his starting 11 debut. So promising signs there. Does what he does best there. Arrives in the box perfectly timed and tapped the ball home into the empty net. So 1-0 Southampton. Get in there. Good start. All right, here's Wanyama now. Back to Bertrand. Gets back to Wanyama. Do well to keep possession here. Danilo. Plenty of space to operate. Here's Kluivert now. To Grealish. Grealish to Draxler. He's found Draxler and he's through on goal. Get in there. 2-0 Southampton there. Another goal for the new boy there. Julian Draxler getting his first goal of the campaign. Obviously assist from Jack Grealish as well. Better play here from Jack. Finding those little through balls perfectly. Kluivert to the feet of Grealish. Grealish saw the run of Draxler. Got a little bit lucky with a touch from the defender, but a good finish from Draxler there. Getting in the box and getting his first goal in red and white. All right. Giovinco puts it in. That's a free header at the near post from Rondon. Disappointed defending there for Samson. You can't let Solomon Rondon have a free header inside the box. He's too good of a target man to miss too many more of those opportunities. But look, going to the halftime here, 2-0 up and essentially controlling the game and controlling the tie so far. So far, they really haven't offered anything as far as an attacking threat goes. So in the second half here, I'm actually going to go ahead and make another change. I'm going to bring off Kluivert. I'm going to bring on Lacazette. I want to see him play a bit better here on the right side of the midfield. Yeah, he's not really a natural to the role, but I'm having working hard on it. And he has done a good job in the past, so I'm just obviously hoping for him to find some form today. That certainly would be a big boost if he could kind of return to form. His season has been marred largely by injury, which has really helped. But anyway, here's Grealish now for the corner kick. Oh, Aubameyang. Free header inside the 6-yard box. Expected that ball to hit at least on target. Disappointing. He didn't get himself a second. All right, 65 minutes on the clock here. Let's make another change. Let's take out Jack Grealish, give him Callum Slattery a run out there. Be good for him to get some experience. We're complete control of the game, by the way. It really isn't too much of a gamble to do this. We could also bring off Wanyama too. Looking a bit complacent. Let's bring on Gambin for him. All right, so here's Vicino now, 65 minutes. That's a good effort from Draxler, whipping the ball just past that far post. Unlucky there from Julian Draxler. All right, so about 30 seconds left to go in this game. It looks like it's going to finish here 2-0 to Southampton, unless we get another late goal here. Here's Danilo now, get himself in another good advanced position, lays it back to Gambin, decides to keep hold of the ball, plays it back to Danilo, gets himself in the box. That's a good challenge there from Sabri of Fenerbahce. So it looks like it's going to finish 2-0 here. And obviously very pleasing to have complete control of this tie. I'd like to maybe got one more goal. If you look at the match stats here, we probably should have got another goal, to be honest with you. 10 shots on target to their 1, 26 to their 6, 66 possession. It was pretty much as dominated as you can imagine. I expected Fenerbahce to put a bit of a tougher test than that, but there you have it. So 2-0. Obviously, we'll skip now to the second leg up against Fenerbahce at home at St. Mary's, and let's get the job done. Right, and I'm actually kind of upset that I skipped over this game. You have missed a quite unbelievable game here at the Hawthorns. West Brom actually went 3-0 up against us in the 31st minute. Yeah, 2 goals from Arnautovic and a goal from Carrillo gave them a 3-0 lead, and I thought, you know what, I honestly, it's just frustration. And lucky enough, Diallo got a goal in the 36th minute. At halftime, we switched to a 4-2-4 formation. The first time I've actually really used it for a sustained period of time. Usually it's like a last throw of the dice situation, but I thought, hey, why not give it a go? And we mounted a quite incredible comeback. In fact, Patrick Roberts got a goal in the 87th minute. Erling Haaland got himself a goal off the bench in the 88th, and then Justin Kluivert popped up in extra time here in the 110th minute to give us the victory over West Brom. So after being 3-0 down, we turned it around and won the game 4-3. What an incredible comeback from the guys. Obviously showing a lot of guts out there. So fantastic backbone from the guys, because usually previously we would be down 3-0 and that'll be it. The game will be set and done. But quite the incredible comeback. So happy to get through to the next stage of the FA Cup, and obviously we're still on a chance to win the tournament overall. We actually haven't won a competition as manager of Southampton yet, so this is a great opportunity for us to do that. I actually rotated quite a bit of the squad out for this one. You know, it's an unfamiliar name in here. Joe Denya Snyder. He is one of our youth academy prospects from last season. Second appearance for the football club, and he has the potential, but unfortunately he doesn't have got the determination and willing to get there. So I am working with him as far as mentorships go. It's got a bit better, but not really quite there yet, as you can see. But he came into the first team squad just to give the Nil a little bit of a break. But in any case, the word fantastic comeback here from the guys, and obviously gives us more confidence going forward that we can respond obviously you can respond after struggling here in the first half against West Brom. Just shows a little bit of character, a little bit of backbone, bounce back ability, I think the term was used before, and I think that kind of sums this result up nicely. All right, so here we go. Second leg against Fenerbahce. Obviously 2-0 lead going back to St. Mary's here. Obviously in complete control of this tie. So let's go ahead and get the job done. So with that in mind, I've selected a very strong first team, pretty much our first choice 11, honestly. And this is how we're going to line up. Obviously, we're going to have Angus Gunn in goal, Ryan Bertrand left back, Danilo right back, Diallo and Hoyt through the middle, Wanyama, Vecino in midfield, Draxler, Grealish and Kluivert in the attacking front three here. And, of course, Aubameyang will lead the line for the second time this season for us. So here we go. Up against Fenerbahce, obviously, I'd like to get a couple of goals nice and early so I can start rotating some players out. We have a game against Watford, a very important game in about 5 to 6 days from now, and I'd love to have a fully fresh and fit team if we possibly can for that one. Because Chelsea did drop points against Arsenal. They did, however, win most recently against Everton. We have a game in hand over them. I'd love to stay 3 points clear, and obviously I want all my players fit to maintain our Champions League challenge. Alright, so first chance of the game here is, look, it's fallen to us here. Here's Vecino, plenty of space to operate. There's Ryan Bertrand to Grealish. Well worked here. Here's Vecino again. Vecino to Danilo this time. Takes on the left back, but decides to switch the play to Ryan Bertrand. Expansive stuff here from Southampton. Well worked indeed. Here's Ryan Bertrand. Beautiful football. Gets in the box. There's Draxler, and it's fell to the feet of Jack Grealish. Gets his 7th goal of this season. The England international there, popping up with a goal. 7th of the season. Assist there from Draxler. I'm not quite sure if he should get credited with the assist. I think he took the shot on. It kind of deflected into Jack's path, but I'm sure Drax will not complain about it. And it's 1-0 to Southampton. Alright, so here's Bertrand. Draxler fixed it to Wanyama, to Vecino at the edge of the area. Good strike off the inside of the post. And there is, of course, that man, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, gets himself his 2nd goal in a Saints shirt. Doing what he does best again, following up efforts from our players and just tapping it home from about, all of 4 yards out. And it's 2-0 Southampton after 8 minutes. Things are going pretty well, I would say. Alright, chance for Fenerbahce perhaps. Ball gets in, Draxler makes the clearance. Good defensive work there from the attacking midfielder. Here's Pedro, back to Sainsbury. Danilo intercepts it well though. Here's Kluivert, that's a great ball forward, and Aubameyang's through on goal. Oh, great save from their keeper there. Thought that was going to find the back of the net, but the wonderful piece of goalkeeping there from their keeper. Anyway, here's Grealish. Corner kick. Ball gets whipped in. Here's Bertrand now. Picks up the pieces at the edge of the area. Finds it to Draxler. Draxler to Jack Grealish. To Bertrand. Well worked again from Southampton. Beautiful stuff. Here's Drax. Back to Bertrand as well to get to the byline. And it goes behind for another corner kick. Good pressure here from Southampton early on. 15 shots after this 25 minutes. That's a decent ball in. Here's Bertrand at the edge of the area. Once again, we're going to remain patient with our final ball. Trying to carve out decent opportunities for ourselves. But anyway, end of that highlights. But it kind of showcases what kind of football we do like to play here down at Southampton. All right, so this tie is essentially done here, completely controlling the game from back to front. 4-0 up, by the way, on aggregate. So we're going to make a couple of changes. We're going to rotate some tired legs out there. Diallo does need a little bit of a break, as you can see, so we'll bring on Mavropanos. Natural replacement there, and we're also going to take off Justin Kluivert, and I'm tempted to play Patrick Roberts, but we're going to go a Lacazette there instead. Hopefully Lacazette can find some form. He's been struggling as of late, and we'll leave the last substitute for maybe the last 20 or 30 minutes of the game. Maybe bring on Erling Haaland to play up top. But here we go, second half rolling here. Maybe a couple more goals would do the confidence some good, wouldn't it? All right, dire second half here so far. No action to speak about. So let's go ahead and take off Aubameyang for Erling Haaland, save his legs for the game against Watford. All right, so hopefully we'll get some more chances now. There's Draxler with the shot from the edge of the area, goes narrowly wide. But Fenerbahce yet to have a shot on goal at Angus Gunn. Very easy day in the office for Angus. I think I could have played in goal for Southampton based off of this performance. But we lost Jack Grealish. Not good. What kind of injury is it? Do we know? A potential knee injury. That could be devastating if we're to lose Jack Grealish for the second half of the campaign. He's a very important player to us. Callum Slattery's a decent replacement, but he's not quite of the same level. Lucky enough, though, we do have a couple of players we can potentially use. Oh, that's a great save from Angus Gunn. Fantastic. Only had one shot on target so far, and that was a beauty. Lucky enough, Angus Gunn was at least equal to it. But I'm still praying that Jack Grealish has not got too bad of an injury. All right, second leg here, winding down here, and it's going to be a comfortable 4-0 aggregate victory here. Obviously moving to the next round of the knockout stages. Still a number of teams in this knockout, the Europa League, that can cause us problems, no doubt about it. It's a very, very talented club pool this year. And obviously we're still in the FA Cup now in the 6th round of the quarter-finals. We actually got drew against Fulham at home. That's a great opportunity to go to the semi-finals, and obviously a nice trip to Wembley would be fun as well. But overall, pretty pleasing performance. Jack Grealish, unfortunately, is going to be out though 5 to 6 weeks. That's a huge blow. We needed Jack we needed Jack desperately, and to lose him, that's a big blow. So who do we have as a natural replacement? Let's take a look at the team report real quick. We'll take a look at the squad depth, and we'll go over some of those options we have. So after Jack Grealish, other players that can play there. Miocars, as we know, is one of the new boys. Haven't yet to see him in action. Callum Slattery, obviously, is coming more into the first team this season. Still a long way off, though, perhaps from being a really good contributor to the team. Patrick Roberts also can play the role, but I'd like to have him out wide over through the middle. So there may be a situation here where I might switch to a 4-2-4 formation, give that a go and see how that works out for us, because I'm not liking the options behind Grealish. Obviously, losing Scarpa was perhaps a big blow. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, you can do nothing about it. What we'll do is we'll skip forward one more day here, and we'll take a look at who we're playing in the next round of the Europa League. All right, so here we go. In the second knockout round of the Europa League, let's see who we're going to go up against. We're going to go up against Monaco away from home. That's a very tough fixture. Honestly, that could have been the toughest test left in this tournament for us, couldn't it? That's a big one. That's a big one to draw. They've got a number of very talented players. In fact, I fancy a few of the players that are out on loan, to be honest with you, the likes of Tielemans and Rafinha. Chadley, still a decent player at 32. Who do they have? They have Golovin, of course. Yeah, Golovin, a very expensive player, £61 million. The very talented Russian winger there. Jose Gaya at left back. That's a fantastic, good player too. I'd love to have him on board, but yeah, this is going to be a very tough game. Edison Cavani still leading the line from, by the way, 17 goals. Despite being 35 years old, it's quite an incredible return, to be honest with you. 6 goals in Europe this season, so players still playing strong. So there you have it, up against Monaco. Very tough fixture. Not really looking forward to this one. So let's take a look at when that's going to be, and then talk about the next episode and how we're going to do this. So obviously we have Watford and Bournemouth in the Premier League next up. Obviously we'll have to continue our run here in the Premier League, get 2 victories there, that'd be nice. And then we take on Monaco away from home first and foremost. Then we got Liverpool sandwiched in between, and then Monaco again. That's a very tough run of fixtures, but that's a very difficult week for us. What we could do is we're going to skip to this week, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I might do 3 games in that episode for a long episode, because that's going to be a huge one for us, and then we'll see how we're playing on from there. But As things currently stand, we are still 4th place in the table. We have just beaten Fenerbahce pretty comprehensively in the Europa League. So all in all, things are going well. Aubameyang has hit the ground running here, which is great. And obviously, Erling Haaland, at least he has competition now for that first team spots. But yep, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, do me a favor, smash the like button. If you want to see more from me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. It's been a pleasure as always, and I'll see you guys very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.